My mother was an organist, so I grew up around playing instruments, and I took piano lessons from a young age, and she always encouraged that. I studied composition and arranging at Calvin College, but always with an emphasis on church music. And after I left Calvin, I went and founded my own church music publishing company, Selah Publishing, which is back in the 80s, so it's over a quarter century old. In the meantime, I've been at churches practically nonstop, Episcopal churches since 1990 in Hudson Valley of New York. And then when we moved here, it was just at the time when they were looking for a new organist choirmaster, and applied. And so 12 years ago, I became the third organist choirmaster in 70 years. My predecessors were here for 35 years and then 45 years and then 35 years. So it's a long tenure place. Trinity is the cathedral for the diocese, and so we have a lot of diocesan services here. It's the seat of the bishop, and we have the bishop's cathedral over there. But we have diocesan conventions, we have election of bishops that takes place, we have ordinations, but it's also a parish church. We have regular congregation, and so we have a choir that sings for Sunday Mass. And we only have one sung Mass on Sunday, and have mostly paid choir at this point of choral scholars and a few volunteers. So we have choral music of many pieces from all eras and styles. A lot of a cappella, because it does sound so wonderful in this space. But the organ companies that choir very well, and we use that extensively. We've had organ recital series in the past, and some of Pittsburgh's best organists and visiting people have also performed here. We are in the midst of starting a boy choir, which hasn't been in place since the early 70s. The tradition at Trinity was to have a boys and men's choir. It was a strong tradition going back many years. In fact, one of my volunteers, who's in his late 70s, was a boy back in, I guess that was the 30s. He was a paid chorister and got his quarter a week, which paid for the tea to come down to the cathedral on Saturdays and practice, and then come down on Sunday as well. The convention is going to be a wonderful week of events. Trinity is going to be used for the organ master class that Annalise will be doing, and it'll be a wonderful way for people to be introduced to it in a good acoustic, and I'm sure all of the concerts, the venues that people are going to are wonderful. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a great collection of artists and composers. There's some new commissioned works that will be premiered here by David Schaap and Mary Beth Bennett, among others. And Pittsburgh is a good place to be.